Let me express my thanks sincere for Father Emmanuel. Father Emmanuel is the Archbishop Tutu of the Tamil struggle. Please stand again. To the distinguished parliamentarians, Mr. Sharma, please stand. Mr. Sharma, please stand. Mr. Pelly, please stand. Mr. Keith Boss, please stand. Let's give all of them a big hand, would you please? Let me say to you tonight that I am delighted and honored to share with you again on this sacred occasion. The people coming together, the thirst for dignity and justice and freedom. So you gather here from 14 countries around the world. All that you've been through, you deserve a very special recognition by the world community. I say to you tonight, no matter how difficult the struggle is, truth crushed to the earth will rise again. It will not go away. I want to urge you to join the Rainbow Push Coalition International, because we seek to globalize justice with mercy and grace around the world. The Tamil community, you are part of that vast body of people seeking your rightful place under the sun. Sometimes it's dark and difficult, and you seem that all odds are against you. Sometimes you might feel abandoned. This year, 50 years ago, I was arrested in Greenville, South Carolina, along with 6 classmates for trying to use a public library. We lived under state-sanctioned terror. We were accused of being unable to learn and then locked up for trying to use a public library. Yet another contradiction. As Providence would have it, as we meet here tonight, this week in 1965, people in Selma, Alabama, some remote place south of Birmingham, north of Montgomery, Alabama, they sought to march across the bridge in Selma, Alabama. In America in 1965, Nazi POWs, Nazi prisoners of war, had rights that black soldiers did not have in their uniforms. How humiliating it was when Dr. King gave Washington in 1963. You tend to think of the I Have a Dream uplifting part of that speech. What is not dealt with so very much is the context of that speech. It really was not a speech about the dream, it really was a speech about the broken promise. You said, in effect, Lincoln, we stand in the shadows of your majestic monument, and you promised. We're looking at the Congress and the 13th Amendment, you promised. And here we are 100 years later, an unfulfilled promise. A promissory note, a balance check marked insufficient funds. The day he gave that speech, my brothers and sisters, from Texas across to Florida, up to Texas, up to Maryland, we could not use a single public toilet in our own country. The day he gave that speech, those who had money could, if they were African American, could not buy ice cream at Howard Johnson's, could not rent a room at Holiday Inn. Our money was counterfeited by terror. Against those odds, we dreamed above our circumstances and would not go away in 1963. In 1965, we faced a kind of bloodbath, not the extent to which Tamils have gone through. Now, I once asked George Wallace on his dying bed, went to him to have prayer with him. And I said, Governor Wallace, why that Sunday, this coming Sunday, 1965, 45 years ago, so why did you unleash the dogs and horses on the marches on that Sunday? In a tone as sincere as he could be, he said, I did the march as a favor. I said, I don't understand. He said, on the other side of the bridge was a mob. And so I had the marchers beat by the state troopers so it wouldn't be beat by the mob. It never occurred to him to break up the mob, but to beat the marchers. The depth of his sickness revealed in that moment of agony as we sat there and talked and prayed together. Yet against those odds in Selma, Alabama, 1965, where governor unleashed dogs on innocent people, against the odds that Sunday, in some remote place in Selma, Alabama, today there is an African-American president, Barack Obama. Because Father Emmanuel, through it all, truth crushed the earth will rise again. We wouldn't go away. We were in slavery in America for 246 years. And then the promise for freedom was betrayed in 1877. Then the law passed in 1896 for legal apartheid. We would not go away. And then the 54th Supreme Court decision. We as a people, my friends, people of Tamil, we would not go away. And so today we stand with a new sense of renewed dignity because we the people would not go away. You must not go away. You must stand tall and fight for your dreams and your hope and your aspirations. The United States and Britain and the United Nations, Brother Sharma, must not forsake nor abandon the Tamil people. We must not forsake nor abandon them. Sometimes we wait too late. If you will, it is highly suggested. In World War II, because Hitler had been an ally in the name of being a Christian and being a capitalist, many nations waited too late and too long to take on the Nazi reign of terror. 55 million people were killed because nations stood idly by and waited too late. We must not wait for another massacre of Tamil people. We must not wait too long and wait too late. No nation in the family of nations has the right to live outside of the family of nations. Every people must deserve equal protection under the law. No nation has the right to live outside of the global family, and all of us must be protected within the global family. Sri Lanka cannot live outside the royal family. You must be protected inside the royal family. And so the media must have access to Sri Lanka. The media must have access to concentration camps. People in the world must cry out against this crime against humanity. But you keep marching and don't give up. I should never forget, some years ago, around 1979, I got into South Africa quite by chance with a church group. And I say by chance because they were locking people out. That's doing in Sri Lanka today. They were locking people out. And so I wanted to walk easy and not say anything to be offensive and get kicked out the country before I got in. So I hope that when I arrived that there not be any media at the airport. But somehow they already printed I was coming to South Africa. And so when I got to the airport, the cameras were everywhere. And I was gearing myself up, Brother Sharma, to say something that would not get me kicked out of the airport. Says, Reverend, why are you here? I said, I'm here to meet some friends. Why are you here? I'm here to visit some church leaders, some labor leaders. while you're here, I want to visit the country and see for myself what South Africa is really like. I was evading the issue of why I really was there. They said, well, say something. You're not just here to visit church leaders or just to visit the countryside. What do you believe? I said, well, and I was trying to be modest. I said, I believe that human rights for all human beings measure human rights by one yardstick. What did I say that for? I mean, the idea in tyranny, human rights for all human beings, and measure human rights by one yardstick was thought to be a radical. It was radical. Because radical deals with the root of things. In Tamil and Sri Lanka, the radical idea is everybody has a right, the tree of life, human rights for all human beings, and measure human rights by one yardstick. So I would say in closing, simple this. There are some guiding principles that we must all abide by. We encourage the peace process. We encourage the end of tyranny and denial of access to the media. We believe in international law, in human rights, self-determination, economic justice, and shared security. We want those principles upheld. We challenge Britain and the U.S., the UN, to honor the people of the country, to honor your place at the table with respect and dignity and no sense of fear nor intimidation. So I'm anxious for you who are here tonight, and we'll talk with Father Emmanuel about it, to join the Rainbow Push Coalition. We should work together. If they could do it in the South of America, if they could do it in South Africa, it can happen for you. Don't give up and keep hope alive. God bless you very much. Keep hope alive.